How do I stay positive? Stick around to find out. Hi friends, my name is Claire and this is my channel, Woodshed Theory. Here, I make content about what it is like to live as an adult on the autism spectrum and whatever else feels good to me. So if that sounds good to you, or if you're feeling particularly gracious today, and I hope that you are, please go ahead and click the subscribe button, ring the bell. I almost forgot to mention that I put out videos a few times a week, so click the like and the share. Help out your good friend Claire. I've been excited over the past few days to talk about this topic, and that is, how do I maintain an attitude of positivity? I am not only making this video to share information with other people, I'm also making this video for me. As a person who struggles with mental illness, I have OCD, which is an anxiety disorder, and as a person who's neurodiverse, I have a brain that processes differently than other people. I sometimes struggle with staying positive, but I don't think that this is something that only I struggle with. I think that anyone can struggle with maintaining a positive attitude. So I thought I would go over a few things that I personally can look back on and remember and remind myself of, and also share with you how I maintain a positive attitude. I do want to mention that I am not a medical doctor, and this is not intended as medical advice. If you do need medical advice, I encourage you to go seek it out with a medical professional. This is just what helps me and what serves as a good reminder to me, and maybe you can also find it beneficial. I have taken the past few days to really think about what helps me, so let's get started. The first thing I wanted to talk about is mindfulness. I think a good step in being more positive and being positive is being mindful. I often forget to reflect on my situation as a whole, to really consider where I'm at, to take a step back and consider my actions and my thoughts. Remembering mindfulness and staying mindful is a very important part for me to maintain positivity. Reflecting on my situation, what I'm going through, how I can make changes, it really helps me a lot. The second thing I would consider is connection with others. I can be a pretty singular person. I need a lot of time to recharge after outings, social situations, and because of that, I sometimes can forget to connect with the people that mean a lot to me. This could be family, it could be friends. Everybody has a different situation. I have to remind myself to reach out to people, to engage with them, to see how my friends are doing, how my family is doing. When I do this, when I maintain the relationships that are important to me, I do find that it contributes to my positivity and overall sense of well-being. There have been times, and there are times currently, where I forget to check in with the people that matter to me. Eventually, I realize that I have not been reaching out to the people who matter to me in my life, and realize that I'm not getting the support I need and I might be struggling because of this. So I have found that maintaining relationships that are healthy and important to me with the people who matter in my life definitely contributes to my overall sense of positivity. Something else that helps support my overall positivity and steady energy is Magic Mind. I showed you my first 8 days. This is actually the end of a box of 15. Still loving the taste. Actually, yesterday was not the last one in the box. This is actually the 15th one in the box. So 15. Texture, there's really not a texture. I'd say it has the same texture as maybe an apple juice. I wanted to comment on the caffeine and let you know that I do drink a lot of caffeine. I have not stopped my usual caffeine drinking with Magic Mind. And I don't think that personally I've had any change in feeling jittery or anything like that. I also really like that it's at a convenient small size so that it's easy to take with you wherever you're going. Definitely notice that I feel more uplifted. I've noticed I'm able to sit down and focus on my work for much longer. I noticed that I have less of a lull in the afternoon where I feel like I need to take a nap. Just as a reminder, before you start any new supplement routine, make sure to check with your doctor first. And remember that Magic Mind is not for use if you are pregnant or breastfeeding. Back to you, Claire. And there we have shot 21. To give you an update, I am still impressed with the product. I do feel that it gives me mental clarity throughout the day. It's also been helping with my energy levels, which I feel is really important for me. If you would be interested in trying Magic Mind, they have kindly given my subscribers a code, which I will put up right here. You can enter Woodshed Theory 20 at checkout for up to 48% off your first month subscription box with Magic Mind. The third thing I wanted to talk about is self-care. I oftentimes forget about establishing a routine around self-care and then wonder why I'm struggling to maintain a positive attitude. But I personally have found that making sure I'm taking care of myself mentally, physically, spiritually, really does help me maintain a positive attitude. When I do check in with myself after forgetting to after a while and realizing that I'm having trouble with positivity and having a positive outlook, I have to remember to ask myself, when was the last time I showered? When was the last time I brushed my teeth? When was the last time I ate a healthy, fulfilling, good, nutritious meal? When was the last time I got out for a walk and got some exercise? These are things that I forget to do when I am doing well, and then after a while of not doing them, I start not feeling very well, not feeling like I have a positive outlook, and when I start doing them again, it shifts back into a more positive outlook. The next thing I wanted to talk about was taking stock of your life. This is something that I can forget to do if I'm not really thinking about it. I do want to say that some things are just objectively bad. I don't think that it's healthy to ignore that. Not everything in one's life is positive, but I would encourage myself and others to hopefully take stock of the good things in your life and look at the good things and the positive things in your life. And that can really help you to maintain a positive attitude when maybe you're struggling to do so. I feel like probably most people, sometimes I take things for granted. And when I take the time to take stock of my surroundings and my life, there is so much good in it and so much to feel positively about that taking stock in my life, which I think is a little bit different than mindfulness, which kind of has more to do with behaviors, and really taking stock about the current state of things, and finding the good in those things, that can be really helpful. Again, I'm not saying that everything is good all the time or that you have to pretend that something is good. I am saying it's good to look at your life as a whole, the current state of things, take stock and see what is good and find positivity in that. The next thing I wanted to talk about is looking forward into the future for positivity. This is something I've been thinking about a little bit recently, and that is making plans for the future that you are excited about and that are positive. I know that as a neurodiverse person, I can sometimes struggle with moving forward and looking to the future, and making plans for the future and having something to look forward to really can help, for me, my positive attitude. Knowing I have something coming up and something to look forward to just boosts my mood. It helps me to focus on the positive when I have something to look forward to. I'm not saying that it has to be a big thing. It might be a planned hangout with some friends over the weekend. It could be a big trip to see someplace new. Maybe it's your one day a week where you go do something that has to do with your special interests. Maybe it is the day that your favorite author is going to drop their next book. But having those dates to look forward to really help me. And what it has taught me is that I need to be planning out in advance these events or dates where I can look forward to them, because it helps me so much to maintain a more positive and happy well-being. The final thing I've been thinking about is very similar to the mindfulness, reflection, taking stock, and that is reflecting on my past experiences. As a neurodiverse person who lives with an anxiety disorder, I can really get caught up in the present, the moment, and sometimes I have trouble taking a step back and looking at patterns in my life to help me move past times where I'm not being positive, times where I'm not having a positive outlook on my life. But what I've learned over my life, over the years of my life, is to look at the patterns of what has happened in my life, similar situations that have happened in my life, to look at those patterns and then glean from those things information which can help me maintain a positivity and to look at things in a more positive light. I feel that there have been times in my life where everything has seemed a mess and negative and like it was never going to pass. And it was always going to be that way. But now that I have had the opportunity to live through different cycles of life several times, I'm more able to reference these past events in my life and see that just because there's a negative thing happening at the moment doesn't mean I have to live in that negativity. And sometimes, not all the time, being clear, sometimes positive things can happen out of those negative times. And also, even if positive things aren't happening out of negativity, I still am not always going to feel the same as I'm feeling in that moment. And I believe that in the past, when I was having moments of negativity, extreme anxiety, I would really struggle to move out of that moment because it didn't seem like things could ever be positive again. And now that I know that I won't always feel that way, and I can remember that and remember those experiences, it's really good to reflect on those past experiences that I've had and know that positive times can happen again. And that really helps me maintain my positivity. Those were just some of the things that I've been thinking about personally recently about maintaining positivity and staying positive. I know it was a good reminder for me to review these things for myself, and I hope that sharing them will help somebody else as well. I'd love to hear in the comments if you have any other things that you do to maintain a positive outlook on life. I know it's different for everybody, and I would love to hear your thoughts. I would like to thank Magic Mind for sponsoring today's video and invite you to check out the link down below if you're interested in looking into the product. I hope that you have a wonderful day and much success in maintaining a positive outlook, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!